Hello, I am the Enlight, and today we're going to find out why catcalling should be illegal. Go on, convince me why. I'm listening.
France is looking to make catcalling a crime and fine offenders. Now, on Monday, October 16th, Marlene Schiappa, France's junior minister of gender equality, said that France was exploring the idea of fining individuals for street sexual harassment and how much the fines would cost. Now, Schiappa said the government was going to consult with professionals on the legalities of such a proposal and create workshops for citizens across the country. Presumably, if you are being catcalled and you're on the street, next to a man and you confront him, that's a danger, right? Or, staying nearby and calling the police, that's also a danger because you're presenting a physical danger for yourself. So I'm not sure how this would work practically, but I do think it's important to recognize that they're trying to take steps into the right direction.
You call that the right direction? So what you're saying is, if I see a woman on the other side of the road who I find attractive, and I whistle in her general direction, that is harassment and I deserve to have violence exerted against me by the state? Let me enlighten you on this. Any law, no matter how minor it is backed up by state violence. Don't believe me? Well, try not paying your taxes on that fateful day and come to me and tell me what happened to you. Tell me what happens when you don't pay that speeding ticket. You get a bigger fine. You don't pay that fine and you get forced out of your house in shackles and thrown in a cage like an animal. Every state law works like this. Every single one of them. So tell me, young Turks, what is the punishment for breaking this proposed law?
Legally, a lot of this is covered in American law. Legally, it should technically, you're protected against this kind of behavior. Usually it's under a disturbing the peace statute. New York, for example, the wording of these are pretty hilarious, but they're strange. It's like obscene language or gestures in public. If they do it at least twice, they're up for a $250 fine and 15 days in jail.
So if I dare express free speech about a woman's appearance, I will have both my hard-earned money stolen and I will be forcefully kidnapped by the state against my will? It seems like these politically correct liberals seem to only know how to change society through the barrel of a gun. Their only method to change our culture is through force, through bigger government. If you hate catcalling, as you call it, that much, why not instead change culture through peaceful means? If you believe in freedom to be consistent and not an ideologue, you have to allow freedom of speech for those you despise. If you don't, you're no better than Hitler or Stalin, who allowed for freedom of speech for views they agreed with also.
Alaska, Arizona, Colorado, Georgia, Kentucky, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania, it's illegal to follow people. It's not illegal to catcall them or do what I just said happens in New York, which is illegal, but you can't follow people. DC, abusive language or conduct, or disturbing a person's path. So a lot of these places have this nebulous idea. So the law is on the books in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But the ability to then document that effectively, go to a police officer and tell them that's what happened, that's another story.
Yeah, I think that's the question is like, how do you operationalize these kinds of laws? And I think there are other models for kind of how to implement this. I think Portugal has like some stuff on the books and Belgium. So France has models to kind of frame this legislation around. But again, how do you do it?
That is a good question, and congratulations on not being able to answer it. Let's just assume we had laws like this right now, which were enforced strictly. How do you get the evidence for this? You'd have to film it, right? In a free society, we believe in innocence until proven guilty. To prove guilt, you need footage showing this interaction indeed took place. So let me ask all these people who want to outlaw this a question. How would you do that? As soon as the man across the road sees you pulling out your phone to film him, he's going to stop catcalling. And guess what? You have no footage, and to a fair justice system, no crime has been committed, since there's no evidence to convict. So knowing this, do you believe we need assumed guilt to enforce this law? And if you believe there should be assumed guilt, how would you prevent this from being abused with false catcalling allegations? These laws are unenforceable in any reasonable way. One more thing. Do you liberals believe women should be equal to men and gender equality is the way to go? Or do you believe women should be a protected class? You can't have both of these. Do you believe men can be catcalled too? Or does this just apply to women due to your deep down sexist mindset, which believes the gender should not have equal liberty? The Enlight will light the way.